Hello YouTube fam, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Tina and I make videos on lifestyle, home, and DIY projects every single week. I am very excited for today's video because this is an area that I've been wanting to do ever since we moved in and I did my house tour. You guys saw how bad our bedroom closet was, and today we are finally going to give it a huge makeover, which finally means I can finally get my clothes off of the floor and into the closet because that has been a huge issue. I also want to thank Modern Fertility for sponsoring today's video, and we'll talk a little bit more about them later on in the video. Before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe down below if you haven't already. And now let me bring you over to the closet and show you the current state of it. Welcome to our bedroom. This is probably the room that I'm least proud of because it's a complete mess right now. And we are finally getting to it. So next week I will be transforming the whole room, but for now we're gonna start with the closet, which is right behind me. We have some very standard bifold doors, and these are definitely going to get a DIY so that they can look a lot more stylish. So we are gonna do something about this situation, and when you open it up, we have some very beautiful yellow walls. If you watched our house tour, you guys probably remember this beautiful yellow closet. There are crayon marks everywhere and little drawings and things in there. Let me turn on the light so you guys can see better. And this light is all the way up here that I have to get onto my tippy toes to get. Ah, there we go. Looks to be a lake of some sort, and yes, it continues throughout the whole closet. So this is gonna get a fresh coat of paint. You also might notice that it is pretty empty because there are no rods, so we don't have anywhere to put our clothes. Right now they're on the floor over here and also all over the bedroom. So that's why I really need to get this space done. I'm a little bit nervous to take all of this stuff off, but that's going to be the first task for today. You'll probably see that these have all been painted over, so it's gonna be a little bit harder to take off. And I also just noticed that we're missing a piece of trim over here, so that needs to be addressed as well. And even though this is a small space, this is still a very big project, so I'm gonna get started by cleaning and then trying to get rid of all this other stuff. I've been excited for this makeover for so long, and we moved into this house in September. It's now the end of March, and we've just been deprived of a functioning closet for far too long. So this makeover is just the start of doing our bedroom, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that video as well.
Every time I feel like I'm in your videos, I feel like it's like take your kid to work day.
Are you my kid? You get it?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Whoa!
So you can literally just yank this off.
You're giving me minion vibes.
Why?
You're yellow and blue.
You're electric.
As you can see, Brian's helping taking out all the shelf supports, and he's using a pry bar here, which is really handy for this type of work. Just make sure to wear some safety gear and a blue t-shirt. I want to add in a closet organization system in here, which includes shelving, drawers, and 2 levels of closet rods. And we're also going to upgrade the doors with an easy DIY that's totally going to transform how this closet looks. I went in and removed all of those nails sticking out, and now we're left with some uneven layers and tons of holes. To fix this up, I'm using a paint scraper to scrape off some of those uneven edges on the paint. A lot of it has lifted, so taking it off is going to help us smooth it out better. Now with the sanding block, I'm sanding down the edges of that uneven paint to smooth it down. Doing this extra step is going to help even out the wall when we patch it up. I filled up those large holes with spackle, and I like using this pink one just because you can see once it's dry it turns white. And after that's dried, I went over the larger patches with joint compound. You want to use a taping knife that's wider than the area that you're patching, and I probably should have used an even larger one here, but I'm just using what I already had on hand, and I'm really not too worried about making this perfect since it's going to be in the closet and is mostly going to be hidden anyways. Before we move on, I'm taking a quick pause here to talk about today's video sponsor, Modern Fertility. They've been such a great resource for me, so if you're someone who's looking into better understanding your reproductive health, I would totally say to check out Modern Fertility. Previously, I have mentioned on here before that I do want to have kids in the future, so that's something that we're definitely planning for down the road. And this year I've been really trying my best to be better at taking care of myself, so finding more balance, cooking meals at home, working out, and also checking up on my reproductive health. And that brought me to Modern Fertility, and if you're not familiar with them, they make personalized fertility information and resources more accessible to people with essentials like at-home tests and tools. They have the most comprehensive fertility hormone test for women that you could take at home, and they make it super convenient. So once you send the test to them, you'll get your results back in under 10 days. And based on your results, the test can give you insight into your egg count, thyroid health, and possible outcomes for egg freezing or IVF and more. So this right here is the box that you'll get when you get the hormone test at home, and it just has everything that you need in it. So it has all the instructions. They also have videos so you can guide yourself to do this at home, and makes it a lot less scary. So I found this test to be super helpful, and even though I'm not trying for kids right now, just having this as a resource gives me a peace of mind, and it's really just helped me map out things on my own terms, which is really important to me. Most fertility hormone tests are actually not covered by insurance and cost upwards of $1,500. In comparison to the Modern Fertility one, this one is just $159, and you guys can also get $20 off with my link down below. Every customer also has the option to get a free one-on-one consultation with a fertility nurse. And they also have a ton of great free resources, so if you guys want to check that out, I'll have all that information down below. Alright, so this is looking really good, and now we have to let this set for at least 24 hours. So I'll see you tomorrow and we can get to painting. Alright you guys, welcome to day 2. Everything has dried down and we are ready to sand. I actually grabbed one of these drywall sanding block things. This is going to be really handy and also just make the process go by a lot faster. So if you're patching up larger areas like I am today, definitely grab one of these. I'm so ready to get rid of these yellow walls, so let's do this. Patching up this wall actually was not that bad. I was nervous it wouldn't be smooth enough, but it is looking really good. This is gonna be the last that you'll see of these yellow walls because we're going to give it a fresh coat of white. So I have my paint sprayer here. I figured this would just save me some time from cutting in, so let's get to painting. I'm using my favorite paint sprayer to get the job done. This tool is especially handy in tight spaces like this when it's super hard to use a long roller, plus it just saves a lot of time. The color I'm using here is called Night Blooming Jasmine by Behr, and this is just a warm off-white paint color. I'm keeping it really minimal and clean in our closet just so that we could see everything clearly. Paint can honestly solve so many things when it comes to redoing your home, especially if you have an older home like I do. It instantly brightens and makes everything feel fresh and new again, and especially with those crayon drawings, this just covered it up perfectly. A lot of you on Instagram said that the drawings look like Easter eggs, which I thought was really funny to me, and I'm just so glad that I can share the whole entire process of doing this home with all the befores and afters to come. No more yellow! Okay guys, this already looks a million times better, and while that dries, I'm going to give the doors a little bit of a makeover just to update them and refresh them. These doors are really basic, and with a quick DIY you can really transform the whole look of the room. So I'm going to take these off and show you guys the plan for them. Okay, okay. Oh no, oh. Okay, I got it. Okay, so I learned the first time you push this one down. Okay, so now that comes out, and now you push upwards. And it will lift out of place. Oh. Okay, we got it. Okay, so you guys can see that these doors have this design detail in them, but I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that to kind of modernize it a little bit more. So I got these hardboard cut down exactly to size, and this is basically like a wall panel. It is super thin and really lightweight, and is a great way just to cover up the door, and also it was pretty affordable. And I wanna do a shaker style front, so I have some trim pieces for that as well. So that is the game plan right now, and I think it's gonna turn out really good, so let's get to it. To get the hardboard on, I added liquid nails to the door, and then I just laid it right on top and pressed it down, making sure that everything was nice and secure and squared. Then I used my brad nailer and just placed the nails on the outer perimeter, and if you have a plain bifold door, you can totally do this project without this extra step, which will also save you that little bit of width as well. Then I cut down these PVC lattice molding pieces, and these were really affordable at about $5 each, and I just cut it down to the length of my door, which was 79 inches. These are going to act as the border on the left and right edges, and after that was laid down, I just figured out what the length was in between those. So that was 11¼ inches, and I just cut that all down with my miter saw. And with this project, you can really make as many sections as you'd like. I'm just going with 3 here, so I'm going to need 4 of these horizontal pieces for each one. So here's a rough layout of what we've got so far. I have it split in 2/3, and I did the math correctly, so it should be good to go. And I'm gonna repeat the process of using the liquid nails and then just brand nailing it in. So now we have the general layout, and it's time to put them in place. So for the longer ones, I used the liquid nails again and added about 5 or 6 brad nails to each one. And then for the smaller horizontal pieces, I only used the brad nails here. We really didn't need the liquid nails since they're so short and also are super light. This whole process is basically like when I did my board and batten wall, so if you guys want more information on that, you can check out my video on that previously. And since this was such a smaller scale, I really didn't have to make any adjustments to my cuts. These doors are exact measurements and are squared all around, which was so nice to work with because when I did the board and batten on my wall, you guys know that they are uneven and totally not straight, so I had to go back and forth a lot with that. But for this one, all I really had to do was to cut out the 79-inch ones and then the 11¼ inch pieces, and it was super easy to do. The last thing you want to do is to fill up the brad nail holes as well as where each one of the pieces meet with some spackle. This will even everything out and also make it look super seamless, and then you can just sand that off once it's dried. Okay, so it's time to paint, and I chose the color a Nightingale Gray. I think you guys might remember this when I did my Facebook Marketplace flip. I do plan on painting the bedroom a color, so if you guys can guess what color that's going to be, let me know in the comments. Honestly, you cannot go wrong with any color for this design, but I really love this paint color. It's such a great neutral taupey color. It's a little bit of gray, a little bit of brown, and a little bit of purple as well. And I think it's gonna pair really nicely with any color that I do on the walls. So stay tuned for that video because I am so excited to finally have a bedroom again. I just really miss having a cozy space to wind down at the end of the night. So that is gonna be such an exciting project. And this new door is just gonna tie in so well with the new room. This is just so much more timeless looking. It's so much more custom and also just makes your house feel a little bit more luxe, and I can't believe how easy it was to do, and it really only took 1 day to complete. We have one last step for these doors, so I'm going to customize them even more by adding in these little brass knobs. This is a really easy update for any closet doors, and now they are complete. She is ready for a closet. So we have the closet organization system right here. This one is really great because you could buy the basic box right here and then upgrade it with some drawers. So that's what I have over here. And then we also have some shelves, and this should not be too difficult to build. I've watched a few tutorials on this, so it seems to be pretty beginner friendly. This is basically the last thing we have to do so I can get all of those clothes in that corner out of there. I have my boba in hand and I'm ready to build. Shelves.
Watch this.
Yes.
The heck, man?
Wow. So it's definitely an easier way to do this.
I'm not tall enough.
If you want to test your relationship, I would suggest you to build furniture with your partner. There are 2 things that I've learned. One is that it takes a lot of patience to build furniture with your significant other. And 2, Brian and I are not the greatest at reading directions, so we definitely made some mistakes along the way, but we eventually figured it out. It actually was really fun for us to build together. It felt like we were figuring out a big puzzle, and I really enjoyed the process. I was telling Brian how building this together made us feel like we were just moving in again. It's just so amazing to see how an empty space can really transform once you fill it up with things that you've put together. And this closet is something that we're going to use every single day. It's going to make our life so much easier now that we can organize all of our clothes and maximize the space in this small closet. So if you have a standard closet with just one rod, I would highly suggest that you try out a closet system like this one. Originally, I was going to order the IKEA PAX closet system, which is very popular and also very sold out right now. Plus, I realized since I have a reach-in closet, I really didn't need all those extra frames in their system, so I searched high and low for another solution. And this one features simple shelving in the middle, and you can place the rods wherever you want to maximize your hanging space. You can also get extra fancy with add-ons like drawers and shoe storage. Plus, this system is just so much more affordable than doing a completely custom solution. So I'm linking all the pieces that I'm using below so you guys can check it out if you want to build a similar layout. For the top shelves, we just added the supports to hold the tower to the wall, and I also added in the anchors for extra security. I cut the shelves to size and got them in place, and this is going to be great for storing things that we don't use every day. Okay guys, we are almost at the finish line. Look at how much organization we have. This is like a million times better. And the last thing I need to do is to put up the closet rods. I'm still figuring out where exactly to put this. This is super customizable and we are not tall people. So I want to put this at a reasonable height. There's going to be 2 levels on this side and then 1 level over here so I can hang dresses, and then underneath will be more storage. The general rule for hanging closet rods is to hang them 12 inches from the back wall, so this is going to give you enough space for your hangers and to move them in and out. This last step was actually the part I was most anxious about, just because I wanted everything to be leveled and to make sure that it was at a good height for us. But it ended up working out, and overall I found that this closet system was not too difficult to put together, and you can definitely do it in just a few hours with 2 people. It's perfect! And you guys know I could not put this closet together with the handles that it came with. These are really basic and silver, and I just don't like the look of them. We're gonna upgrade them with these gold poles. These are very simple and minimal, but give them a more custom and high-end look. I just got the door in and it looks so good. Like, I can't believe what a difference this has made. I love it so much, and now it is time to style the closet. I'm ready to put in all of my clothes. This is gonna be the best that this closet is ever going to look, so let's get to styling. The closet is ready and it's finally time to reveal it to you guys. Before we do that, let's take a look back at what it looked like before. You might remember those bright yellow walls with all the crayon on it. There was no curtain rod and overall just no storage in this small closet. After removing everything, painting, adding in the new closet system and our DIY doors, this is looking so much better. So here is the after. believe this is my closet. I'm seriously so happy with how it turned out. This new system seriously maximizes so much space in here. I just could not be happier with it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I still have a lot of organizing to do and have to fill up the whole entire closet, but I'm happy with where this is at right now. If you would like to see more behind the scenes and see how this space progresses, don't forget to follow me over on Instagram. I post on there every single day. And that is it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Stay inspired and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!